GSL Code S champion? We'll find out soon. In the bottom left, in the purple.
Yo Flash Whoops PartinG.
In the upper right, in the yellow.
KT Roster Life.
All right. I am just so stoked to see what these guys want to go for. Because this is Life, and he's like, oh my god. He's inching back right now. Life wants to end it here. He doesn't want to go to Iron Fortress.
Absolutely does not want to go to Iron Fortress, especially against a player like PartinG on a map that is literally the least played map.
Yeah.
It's the most disliked map.
Yeah.
Those are the scariest maps for Cheese.
I tell you,
You don't know the placement of every cannon rush necessarily.
You know every pylon spot? You don't.
Exactly. I mean, where are the good proxy locations? And you know someone like PartinG has practiced that out enough.
By the way, this is kind of cool what we see here. The gateway and scouting again. Once again, he's doing the build that says, I'm not going to let Life catch me off guard.
Yeah.
And Life, with his balls of steel over here, going hatch first, saying, you're not going to cannon rush me. You're not going to do anything crazy.
Yeah, it's a bit of a risk here.
You know what Life is saying? He's saying, you don't want to die more than I want to live. And he's getting an advantage for saying that.
Yeah, I like that. Well, Life took a gamble, and he bet correctly here. PartinG is going to go for the safer build, which allows him to get that hatchery up safely.
It's only a tiny advantage for Life, but it is an advantage nonetheless. And with these two, every little mineral counts.
And he will now be taking the third base over here. So far, so good. Looking like a standard StarCraft 2 game in what's been a pretty wild series.
Well, what does PartinG choose to do from here? Because Life has already shown his colors. That third hatchery tells us everything.
He might just go for something very similar to the last game.
Yeah, I would like it. I
would be totally down for that. I don't believe PartinG's going to go for a timing here. You just tend to see less and less cheese here. Even though it would seem like PartinG would be the one who's more likely to cheese when you're down like this.
Well,
guys, he may never be in a GSL Code S Finals again in his entire life.
Yeah, Life may not, and that's pretty hard to imagine.
It's possible.
But, it's all kings must die, as they say.
Well, the probe is just continuing to scout around now. And he does see that this is a 3 base right now. We don't see the definitive tech right now for PartinG, but it will be revealed shortly here.
Yeah, quite shortly we will see what he wants to do. Will it be a forge? Will it be gateways? Will it be a really quick Twilight? That would be weird. That would throw me off.
Man, if he did a quick Twilight Council, yeah. Thing is that the build you're going to hinge this all on to bring you to Game 7.
You know, I think maybe the most exciting thing for some people would be to see the good old PartinG Robo go down. He starts a sentry. That doesn't really tell us much. That could
I just don't know if the Robo play would actually beat Life if Life were to play standard.
Yeah, I don't know. You know, Life is one of the original guys that figured out how to stop Immortal pushes. All right, a couple gates just at the wall. That's a pretty conservative.
It really
move.
is.
Like, not even getting the forge before that, just making the gates. Like, if Life were doing some sort of sneaky play where he was already getting gas, and that third hatch was like for trickery, this would be safe against that.
And this is a late Stargate.
Yep.
It's tucked away, so it's not easy for it to spot here. But keep this in mind, too. I mean, what is Life's mindset about how PartinG will play? It's a little bit tough to predict. I mean, Life was saying at the start of this, he just cannot let his guard down against PartinG. But what if you're over-defending? What if you're just looking too much for that hidden tech? That can go in the opposite direction for you, and then you're prepared against it. It's not even happening.
Yeah, and look at this. We do have a 3-gateway Stalker pressure coming out that will be followed by an Oracle, a very popular build for the last few months here. But already a Spine Crawler. Like, Life pretty much sniffed this out. I think when he saw those 2 gateways up front, he's like, this can't be just for defense. Like, with the build that Life has chosen with 3 hatches, makes much more sense that PartinG would be trying to put on pressure, but it's already been completely shut down. So that's like, I mean, these two are playing very evenly right now. They're both countering each other over and over again in this game.
Yeah, nice defense, nice reads by both players. The Roche Warren almost finishing. Ling's speed about halfway done. And we have a good amount of Lings here that, you know, he can control the map with. Let's see if he does any damage, though, with this Oracle. We have 9 roaches, by the way. 10 roaches being made, Artosis. I think Life might be going for a timing here.
It looks like he is going to move out and at least force a cancel on this third base. With this many Lings and roaches, oh my god. He wants to just catch him and kill him off here. We'll see if that ends up working. He sees the roaches popping out and going to get some drone kills.
Oh, nice. This is a great start here for PartinG. Just even getting those 3 drones and keeping the Oracle. Now, he probably needs to cancel this.
He needs to cancel
I don't think you want to try to keep a third base in a moment like this. Go back, gate up, and defend. But he's not canceled the Nexus yet. The roaches are headed southbound, and I don't know if PartinG can hold this.
I don't know either, Tasteless. I can't imagine him holding on. He has to stand like behind the minerals or something. This is just such a strong army coming up here. Now he's making some cannons to try to help.
There's 2 locations that you can attack at here, the third or the second.
He's using this Oracle to help out. He does have a Void Ray that just popped out. But yeah, he's moving these sentries behind. He needs to have this as short as possible of an area to force field because he will run out eventually. But look at this. So far, so good. He still has his sentries alive.
These are actually really brilliant force fields.
Yeah,
this is really nicely done here. Now, he needs to be careful, though. You don't want to lose these sentries. The Void Ray's coming out, though. Hardly any force fields left, by the way.
The Void Ray is out. He's trying to reduce the roach count. His sentries are taking a beating, though. He's definitely going to end up losing quite a few here, and that's what Life's going for, realizing he can't get the Nexus. But look at that. Still 5 sentries left alive.
The Void Ray is tearing up these roaches. It's going to be only Lings remaining here. But will he still get the Nexus? Was PartinG too greedy?
Well, he doesn't have enough Oracle energy to really finish these off. More and more Lings coming in right now.
It's getting lower. It's getting lower.
And
Will goes down. Yep. He takes it out. And keep in mind, he lost the sentries, which is really bad. We see a shot of the parents here of Life.
Losing those sentries is more important than losing that Nexus, to be perfectly honest.
As funny as it sounds, it's very true.
11 sentries is worth like infinity more than that Nexus right now, and that makes it a real big problem. Life has complete map advantage. He has a base advantage. His tech is going up plenty. You know, he's making his Hydralisk Den. He's already got his Link speed. Oh, another cancel. And PartinG does not have any sorts of forces that can get aggressive at all. He just absolutely has no chance to get aggressive right now, so he can only sit back and try to rebuild.
This is a pretty serious blow that PartinG's taken. We've seen comebacks before, but it would have to be a pretty crazy comeback right now for PartinG to bounce back from something like this.
Well, you know what? If Life here, they're like, PartinG just needs a little bit of luck on guessing what Life is doing, or rather, a better way to put that is he needs to read this situation perfectly and figure out what Life is doing. If PartinG sits back, just makes a ton of units, stalkers, sentries, rebuilds this all, then he is going to be fine against any frontal attacks, which is what it looks like Life might be going for next.
Yeah, and yeah, keep in mind, we've seen Life survive something like that before here. Excuse me, PartinG survived something like that before here, so let's keep our eyes peeled for that here. We have the third base being reclaimed, a nice wall being set up here.
He's not messing around against
And I don't believe Life should be able to contest this. We have a few Lings coming down there. Oh, but actually, PartinG's army is pushing out.
Wow.
The Lings might actually be able to force. Nope, the wall's too good.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to run around, see what they can catch. Maybe a few probes here and there, which is really nice. But you know what? These things are out of position right now, Tasteless. PartinG is going for a powerful attack. There are some Hydras being made, but how many does he have right here? This is a very strong, very ballsy attack from PartinG, and it looks like he's trying to focus down this hatchery.
Oh, he's going to give Life a taste of his own medicine. He's going to get the hatchery. He can even recall from here if he wants, and that's exactly what he does. A perfect recall.
Beautiful
Keeping every single unit.
PartinG right now on top of everything. That was a perfect counter move to what Life did to him before. Tit for tat. These two are on the same level.
He zapped that hatchery, recalled back out. It's now 2-base Zerg against 3-base Protoss. Life is going to have to remake that, but keep in mind when Zerg loses a hatch, he's not just not mining from it, he's not producing units out of it either. So, I mean, that's a big production deficit right now that Life cannot easily recover from.
It's a big deal. And now we see the next phases of tech. We see the Vipers being made. We see the Templar archives going down. This should come down to Do we have really great blinding clouds coming out of Life? Does he get the proper positions with his Hydras, or does PartinG buy himself enough time for some Psy Storms to clean it up?
He's going to push out again here. Now, keep in mind, he can recall this if he needs to, but this is keeping PartinG, Life a little bit on the defense here. By the way, the third base there, the Great Wall of PartinG, I don't know if it's going to be a spot where Zerg can really crack into and take out the Nexus with ease.
It would definitely take a while to break through. Looks like right now, though, PartinG is pushing through once again. We'd have a Spore that came into position, dealing some extra damage there to those Voids. I don't think his army is quite big enough right now to break through, but these are fantastic fields! Oh my god, a great blinding cloud, though, does force him back. He gets out of the way there. Link's coming up for a flank, and suddenly PartinG looks like he may lose a bunch of units.
He needs to get that mothership caught up with that army so he can turn around if he needs to. It's still slowly moving up there. It's going to get on screen in a second. There it is now.
Dude, PartinG
is still pushing forward, and that's a lot more Stalkers. Oh my god, a nice time warp there.
Oh my god, can PartinG do it? Let's see this Blink Micro. It's going to be the best of his life. Right now, Life pushing forward. Those Void Rays still alive, getting so much value, but PartinG's Blink Micro, it's too much.
He's blinking his heart at it. It looks like it's going to work. There's just not enough there to defend a blink forward. Gee!
Oh my god! PartinG bringing it back with his killer instinct, with these beautiful counterattacks, and we are going to Game 7.
It was a huge lead for Life, but PartinG is turning this around. It will now all come down to one final game on the least played professional map in StarCraft 2, Iron Fortress. What does PartinG have in store for us? Will Life use the same kind of style? It comes down to one final game, and that's it.
It's pretty impossible to tell, Tasteless. This is insane. You can see Life now being rattled.
He knows. The first moment we've had the coach enter the booth.
Yeah.
Life is looking very salty right now.
Well, I tell you what, PartinG is the one on the heater right now. Life started out in a great position, up 3-1. 2 wins in a row, though, right now for PartinG. Even Life has to be a bit shaken. He wants this. We saw him cry after beating Hero. He didn't even cry when he won the World Championships, but this means so much to him. He is so invested in winning this tournament after failing in the last few, but PartinG is bringing everything he's got.
You can see just this arsenal of support here for PartinG. I mean, all these different pro gamers that have been so successful in the past, all with their different play styles, all feeding PartinG different information in a group effort to crush Life here.
At this point, even Polt went in the booth, and he does not play either of these races.
Yeah, even he's giving input here.
Oh, man.
Life has been winning maybe a little bit too much, and a lot of these pro gamers wouldn't mind seeing PartinG come out on top.
Looks like PartinG going to go ahead, use a little bathroom break here.
Restroom break, can't say I blame him for that.
Yeah. Life, on the other hand, just going to sit there and maybe meditate on what to do next. Wow, man. This has been a battle of mind games. Like, the back and forth. The fact that PartinG, after having a terrible engagement where he loses his third base and 11 sentries, just like 2 minutes later, walks across the map and snipes the third hatch.
Which happened so fast, we almost didn't even catch it in a way. We're like, because he got in with just a good enough angle to actually target down that hatchery.
It was just beautiful.
Recall back out. And that was a game, by the way, that it looked like early on PartinG was not going to do very well in. He had lost his third base, or forced the cancel there. And he managed to come back.
The level of plays that we're seeing here today is just unrivaled. This is insanity.
These games don't quite, are not looking like what we thought they were going to be. If you're just now joining us, we had PartinG start this out with gateways inside Life's main into an insane cannon rush. Life was deflecting everything, and then we saw PartinG try to shift into a more standard game. Life seemed to be able to deal with that. That's when we were at 3-1. Now it's 3-3, and it's actually PartinG who's managing to hold his own here in more standard macro games against Life.
Yeah. Well, guys, we're going to be going into Game 7 very shortly here.
Tell your friends to tune in.
Get on Twitter,
Facebook,
hashtag GSL. We haven't done this for a long time. Let's get it trending once again. There's enough nerds watching this right now.
We only have 3 of these finals a year.
That's right.
This is the most competitive StarCraft 2 tournament of all time. And we have the two best players in the world duking it out, and it's going to come down to one game.
One
Either Life or
final
PartinG.
game, a completely unpredictable game on a huge 4-player map that we barely ever see. This is the true test of skill, Tasteless, the best of one on Iron Fortress, to decide the champion of GSL Code S.
Yes.
So get out there, hashtag GSL. Let's get it trending. Tell people on Facebook. Let's get as many people watching this and show them why StarCraft 2 is by far the greatest game ever.
Let's talk about Iron Fortress for a second here. How funny is this? That was our one new map this season of the GSL Code S. And it's not uncommon that when we have a new map, a lot of the players thumb it down. They don't want to play on it because, I mean, if you're playing StarCraft for 10 hours every day training, why would you want to try it on a new map? You're probably most confident on the maps you've already played. But now it's going to come down to this map that I don't think either of these two have had much preparation on. I would almost say this might favor PartinG here.
You think so?
Well, if he does some kind of cheese, the cheese that he was doing on the other maps, I mean, even Life would know, okay, every possible placement. He's probably experienced that a lot of times before. But PartinG's cheeses are so unique and so hard to predict.
Could that mean, though, that Life goes for one of these weird builds like the quick Roach Bro movement to make sure he can't be cheese?
Or even maybe just a really quick pool or something weird like that to throw him up. I mean, anything's possible. Will they gamble? Will they go for a standard game? I mean, it's tough. In a best of 7, you've had enough time to read your opponent. But that's when you can really get into like these super mind games. Now he thinks I'm going to do this, or he's thinking I'm thinking this, so maybe I can do the opposite. There's a lot of different ways to approach this, and we're going to see which one works best out of these two players.
That's right. Here we go, guys. Once again, get on Twitter, hashtag GSL. Let's get it trending. Follow us. Call me Tasteless and Artosis on Twitter. And let's just show the world how beautiful a StarCraft 2 Championship Series can be.
We have casted, I believe, 23 GSL Code S finals.
Yes, something like that.
Something
23
like
or 24 this is.
Yeah, this might be the 24th, actually. And this, by far, is easily one of the best.
Oh, this finals,
this is a finals you will not
people
forget.
Talk about Squirtle versus MVP, and that was fantastic as well, but tell me this isn't up there.
This is one of the great ones. Iron Fortress is the map. The players have just joined the lobby. The countdown has started. What will they do? How good will their execution be? It's an emotional moment. You only have 3 Code S finals in the world, and we're about to declare one of these two a champion.
Will it be PartinG's first GSL Code S?
After 12 in a row.
Yeah, this is something every StarCraft 2 player strives for. This is the tournament to win. There is nothing harder than this.
Life, who's been consistently winning all over the place, is here now to win a GSL. The first GSL he ever came into in Code S, he won it. Now he's here to do it again. And the game has started, so guys, tell your friends to tune in. This will be the final deciding game between Life and PartinG to crown a champion of the most competitive